Welcome back to Song of Six Builders. We have a lot to do here. Had several great comments between the last few episodes and now, trying to address a few of those. First up, we should upgrade our warehouses. So for the low price of some wood and some furniture, we can upgrade our warehouses to hold more material. So that is just going to be huge for these little local warehouses, especially for the food that I'm trying to keep stocked in there. I don't really have enough wood to do any more. I've done most of the main warehouses. Probably need to hit this guy when we get a little bit more wood. So one there. Second, this one wasn't a comment, but just something I noticed. We need some more workers. We have like no odd jobbers at the moment, which I don't think is actually true because there are definitely people who are working here. I think that's just telling me that we have a lot of odd jobs queued up and they're not being done, because we definitely have some people working, but the population is still a little bit of a worry. We have 45 sick people. Another comment to go along with that was that for the hospital to run, what it actually needs is cloth. And then if you have the opiate, then it makes the treatment faster or more successful, kind of one of the two. So I'm going around and I'm adding cloth in for the desired goods for each one of my various places, which is causing a little bit of a problem because we're kind of full on a lot of these. So I don't know. We'll see what we can do. I believe that is all the main warehouses getting added there. Next, stockades. Apparently, if you are in the stocks, you get to go back to the stockades at night. And I think that's why sometimes I come over here, I'm like, wow, why are you so full? And then other times I come over here and it's fine. So I think we need to add some more stockade capability. So if we go to law, we go to stockade. I think we're just gonna need maybe one in each area. Like right here. I don't really want to cover up any stone, just in case it gets to the point that we need to use that. Maybe, I mean, this area is not going to be used for much. What would this do if it was a stockade? Almost 8 prisoners and almost 1 guard. I don't love that. Let's try somewhere else. Stockade. I don't really want it in the main services area. I kind of feel like this is going to be a trading hub. Don't want it there. That's going to be gyms. That might be more housing. This might be more stone cutting. All right, well, what if we did it over here and we added in that area? So we'll leave a walkway to get to that. Okay, 12.5, that's probably fine. Give ourselves an entrance. Sure. Go for it. That's like 2 guards and some area to put prisoners. And then we'll need the same over here. We have a guard post here, so I think we're just going to put it right next to that. So we'll have the stockades. They can share a wall with that. 10 prisoners and 1 guard. That sounds great to me. So give me an entrance. Go for it. Okay, that is the stockades. Cloth to local. Okay, other upgrades. I did click around a little bit. We need tech, basically, for any of the upgrade stuff. So if we look here, we would need fine entertainment. Here, we would need refined tastes. A lot of that's going to need pottery. So it's good that we're getting started a little bit on that. Making negative 21. Where are we at on... all kinds of buttons getting pressed here. Are we making... No, we are netting a negative. I would like to increase the workforce here. We're underemployed already. We're having a little bit of a worker shortage. A lot of my fisheries are down like 1 worker. Maybe this side's well, that's down 1, down a couple. Yeah. So I think we just need to give them a second to breathe here and kind of let our population stabilize a little bit. I went around and I added a few more benches. I may go around and add a few more torches. That's just super low-hanging fruit. Other things we could do. Noise and lighting is fine. They would like some more statues. Okay, that's another one that's probably pretty doable. Let's go ahead and let the game actually start moving. and we will continue to work on that. So decoration, statue. Can I make those bigger? I can. Oh, that's cool. I didn't even think about that. All right, at some point. But let's see. I guess it'd be okay. I'm just kind of watching where people... That's really in the path of traffic, though. We'll put one there. And we'll put one there. I'm gonna try to go around and find some, I'm gonna quote unquote, low-hanging fruit for upping people's enjoyment. So that door is not covered, so right there. All right, something like right there. Just these areas that have tons and tons of people move through them seem like they would be decent places. Let's actually go to the other side here, just because that would look cool. I kind of want to leave the mouth of this pretty open. Sure, we'll put one there. All right, let's see what that does. We'll give it another second. Now, we also have this really wide road that at some point will get more and more busy because we're going to build another settlement somewhere up here. So that would be another one that maybe we could have some pretty big roads on, or statues on. That'd be kind of interesting. Seeing a decent amount of people going there, though. Yeah, storage is looking a little bit better. All right, they're coming over here and finishing up. I believe this is some more metal smelting. No, that's the metal smelting. This is another warehouse, that's right. I don't like the number of sick people I'm seeing. I don't like that one bit. The other thing was, I was thinking, how am I going to make it where we can get resources from here to the warehouses? There's two thoughts I'm having. One, we go with this style. So we have a bunch of the little hauler stations that haul things to their station, and then it gets grabbed from there and put into our warehouse. This is still running 19 people. I don't love that. I think this is our problem. We're just running way too many employees here. Let's take this down to like 10, and you don't get to do that anymore. We'll see what that does, because we're also employing people here to haul things to this. The other option I was thinking was, if we set up a warehouse and then had it stock what the generic warehouses need, and then have them pick up from that warehouse. I'm not sure that would work though, because that warehouse is going to really struggle to keep itself stocked. Although I guess if it's pulling from local storage, yeah, knowing what I'm experiencing now, I definitely would have designed this area a bit different for sure. I think I would have probably a double size warehouse right here that stocks a double ratio of what my individual small town warehouses would need. They would be set up to pull from that, and that would be set up to pull from the things around it. And that way we would have almost like a shipping depot. And that way I can just tell the individual warehouses, like this guy, just pull from that one place, and then it would be good. Yeah, we don't have fruit. Okay, or we don't have veggies. Why do we not have veggies? Maybe because we're not pulling here. Let's do that. Veggies. Let's just do the veggies. And I guess while we're also here, let's just put road, just because it looks nicer. Okay, I'm gonna actually make a sound change. I've been kind of holding off on doing that, but which one is it? And maybe it's the effects. The little farting and crunching is a little loud. There we go. See if that's a little bit better. All right, go ahead and get that done, guys. Yeah, nice big bench here with a torch. Yeah, like you see, I went around and I did a lot of torches and benches just to try to up that the best I can. Being sick. It's the master of my vegetable farms. Perfect. Passed out in the toilet. Great. All right, you are going to get veggies. And I would like it if you would just pull those from the main veggie warehouse. All right, we'll see if that helps. Again, though, we are under popped for what we're trying to do. How are we looking here? We have ore, we have metal. We're low on coal. We have coal, it just needs to be shipped over. I don't think that matters, but just in case, let's source from there. Coal source warehouse for, okay, I already had it. Never mind. All right, so you are supposed to have wood, coal, and furniture. Your furniture is basically full. Okay, furniture warehouse is you. Let's change that. Furniture main. I guess that's a different style of naming things, but that's fine. And what are you? Rations and herbs. Okay, that's fine. Rations, herbs. Do we actually, do we actually have some herbs? We do. We finally got some herbs in. Okay, we have our 5 ration makers making rations. And we have turned off our meat exports. And we have some meat. We have some rations, yeah. Okay, excellent. We're gonna need the rations when we want to be able to march out. We did also last time come into the training grounds and make some changes. Oh, how did we do that? I don't think it was from that interface, it was from this one. I did go back to 4 different squads, or I guess they call them divisions. I thought the hundreds, I think somebody had suggested that when I had asked, but for what we were fighting, it would have been more useful if we had had 4 smaller ones. So for now, we're gonna go with that. I also see that I need to do a little bit more in here. So you get the leather armor and warhammers, because that's what we have. And you, leather armor and warhammers. So I was not going into combat naked, like somebody had suggested. I didn't accept that, did I? We did have our leather chaps on, so, protecting the goods, as it were. I think our Amivian physiology carried us, basically. We are just tough. Pause for a second. So, I don't know where I can show that. Amivians will fight against oppression, not suppression. No, that's not it. Their size and natural armor make them formidable soldiers, despite their apathy towards violence. So, we make decent soldiers. I don't think we're the best. I think the bugs, at least of the normal races, might be the best, because they have, like, piercing claws or something. So, there is that. Okay, you guys have all the fish here. Why is that not getting transferred to here? Because you're currently not working. Okay, here you have 15 haulers. No. Okay, I'm starting to see maybe what our problem is. We've got some warehouses that are soaking far, far too many people. 31 people. No. Okay, I think I'm on to something here. We're gonna turn that off. We're gonna need to find a better system that does not employ that many people, if that is the case. Does that mean the one down here is also causing me problems? Let me know how you guys staff your warehouses, because that is mighty suspicious to me that it wants to queue up that many. Down to 10. Okay, that is already looking better to me. I do need... Oh, somebody said I also missed a wall somewhere. Shoot. I did not write that down. Well, that's going to be rather awkward. If you see a place where I missed a wall, comment below. It should be grayed like that one was. Four days worth of food. That could definitely be higher. We're sitting on plenty of fish. We do... How do we only have 4 days with that many vegetables brought in? We have some eggs, but not that many. We do have a spot here that is probably not going to be used for agriculture that has water kind of available. I think we might add another globulin ranch here. Yeah, I think we very well might. With the water available, I can get that moisture in. Yeah, well, no, let's not, because we're having problems with our workforce. But we will in the near future. 334. Okay, we're still not going up, so let's go see what else we could work on. They like more native, that's just more kids. Other than that, there's nothing I can do here. Access. We're giving them fish, we're giving them... Okay, it says they would like more stone, but my stone is... I'm kind of maxed out on stone at the moment. More wood? Okay, you could have some more wood. That's fine. Actually, hang on a second. Is that actually doing what I want to do? No, we were already maxed out. That must be for a different race. Yeah, I can't give them more cut stone because we just don't have that much. And I definitely can't do leather because we don't have that much. The leather is going to be a sticky point because we're not going to produce anything. We're not going to want to grow arc. We're in the wrong climate and we're not good at it. And we don't eat meat, so I don't particularly want a bajillion hunters. And we're already at the quote-unquote efficient point. Ooh, we're actually losing a little bit of food. Okay, that is a thing to work on, for sure. Okay, what else could we work on? Benches are much better than they were. Skinny dipping is good. Lavatory. That could be something. We could add more. So, like... I don't know if we would want one out here, but we could add one here. It's just kind of in the middle between all three of them. I don't know how many we would get, but maybe just a little roadside pit stop, you know? That could be. This work area also has a lot of people. Maybe a little bathroom nearby could be good. Yeah, we have a lot of workers between these two areas. Maybe we put in a bathroom here. Well, maybe a small one. Let's try that. So we would need health, lavatory, share a wall. I want this to be kind of smaller than our other one. Let's see what this would do. Okay, so... too wide. Okay, that's not wide enough. We do that. I need at least that one in the middle, so I'm gonna need that. You in, and then we have basins. Oh, it's too wide. Man, you are a big building, aren't you? Cancel you. I wish I could just move those interior things. Rotate there. Okay, and that's 1.0 right there. 2 employees, 14 sources. That's why does that building look so weird to me? Yeah, because you don't have to be double wide. That's why it looks so weird to me. All right, no. Basin. Yeah, 1.0. I can do that. Latrines, no. Shrink by 1. There we go. That looks less weird to me. And then we need some doors. All right, we'll add that. See if that helps that score a little bit. We may also consider a very small bathroom, kind of at the northern tips of both the fishing industries. They have a long way to walk. If they're going all the way to work and then turning around to go all the way to the bathroom, I could see how that could be causing some problems for us. And we just jumped to 6 days of food. Well, we must have brought in the veggie harvest fully. Yeah, 3.5k. In fact, there's still a whole bunch sitting out here. All right, it's getting hauled the best it can, I suppose. Yeah, we got all kinds. 1k. Okay, we're gonna let that play out, but that is noticeable to me. It is noticeable to me that we probably need to have some more. Also, I just see right here is a great little spot. How about a little bench here? There you go. Yeah. And a little bench there. We'll see how they like that. That's kind of cool. I like that. Little bench at the side of the farm, you know, take a break for lunch and sit by the water. Or if you're on the main road here, you can pull off and just sit and people watch for a little bit. Okay, I don't like that our population is not particularly moving. I mean, we've been at 1344, I think, the entire time. We did heal a whole bunch of people, or they got better at least. Okay, and now I'm seeing beds. Okay, thank you much for the comment about the cloth. I interpreted it the other way, that the opiate was needed because you'd need something to treat somebody, but it was really we need fresh cloth for the beds. Because I don't think I was seeing this. I was definitely seeing the opiates there. You guys coming in doing maintenance. Being treated. Ill with vision fever. Yeah, sucks, man. Alright, does that mean our other one is doing better too? I don't remember where this one is. Okay, I really don't remember. Did we not put a hospital over here? I had to have. Yeah, right here. Okay, I'm not crazy. Also already looking better with the cloth in there. Alright, how are we doing on cloth? Not well. We are full in play. That's right. Okay, it's all coming back to me, builders. We were thinking about adding another cotton farm. Right, because we had kind of maxed out what we could do. Right. Okay. Yes. I think that's gonna be a need to do. So we already have one field kind of pseudo prepped here. Let's do it. So there's a very specific reason this is the size it is. I think it's number of workers, etc., etc. So we're gonna mimic that, but we're gonna do it with the cotton. Okay, so you are... Oh, you're not gonna let me know. You're probably 20, I assume. Yeah. Alright, so 20 by that. That's not 20 by that. And then add one more. Alright, and what is your thing? You're at 11.9. I think we probably just add to this until we get as close to 12 as possible without hitting over one too many. So it's like this. So 12 farmers, soil is great, moisture's not there, but we'll get it. Go ahead and construct that. And then that also means we need some more canal. A little bit painful that I'm putting in canal like this. That's only half used, but obviously, like you can see, we're gonna use it. Okay, so that needs to happen, and then that also means... Yeah, we're right on the cusp here, so 1, 2, 3, it's probably enough. We're almost maxing out our pump capability, though. That means another pump will need to be built. Alright, we're down to negative 67. Oh yeah, our pop did finally go up a little bit here. Oh man, where are we at on this title? You're killing me, Smalls. You're actually killing me. Status, title. First their name, we're getting close, that's 1500. Nudist. Okay, so it's just time played. I'm gonna call it 2/3 of the way there. You just gotta power through it. And we're gonna go into a little bit faster. Yeah, stop queuing up more stuff. We could see that one within the next couple recordings. First of their name, that is. I want the darn nudist title, man. The thing is, because he changed the way that titles work. We get 50% of the title's total possible bonus by opening it up once, but you have to do it with every race, and each time you do the other races, you add more to the bonus. So I don't know. Maybe it's worth it. Maybe it's not for some of them. Some titles are obviously much easier to do than others for certain races. Like if you have one that's like, you live somewhere hot, well, that's fine if you like hot, but if you're a cold loving race, you're gonna really suffer from that one. I wonder how many people actually have the full bonuses unlocked at this point. There's got to be somebody, I'd imagine. Also, we've already maxed out this stone, right? No, we have not. Not the new one. We did max out the old one though, right? Yes, but we're not fully employed. Okay, got it. Yeah, there's just gonna have to be some level of patience. Also, am I gonna store this locally? I don't think so. I think we're gonna make them haul that across the map. That goes to here. An accident occurred. Go to site. Oh no! I love that we have blue blood. That's actually a real thing. I believe it's lobsters? I think it's lobsters that have the blue blood, and it's because they actually use copper in their blood to hold oxygen instead of iron, which will give you the red, the hemoglobin will give you the red blood. So, and it looks, I mean, it looks very similar to this color if I remember right. Kind of interesting. Maybe we're copper-blooded. Somebody did say when you have these accidents, if you don't have medical hospitals, then the people auto die. You have to be able to heal them. Bleeding out. He's bleeding out. It's the last thing that he does. Oh man, he looks really beaten up. Bleeding badly. Somebody help that man. Won't somebody help him? Okay, they did admit some of my accident, but look, no open beds. That guy died. You know. Yeah, cloth is a thing. Cloth is a thing. Okay, we got distracted though, because we were working on cloth being a thing. So here. I need to upgrade this, I think. And we do have the wood. Yeah, let's do it. That will let us just hold more stuff. So it doesn't up the number of crates, it just ups the amount we store in each thing. So we've got our warhammers here, we've got our leather armor here. Right, okay. Okay, yeah. I'm catching up with myself. Here, I want to include also leather armor and warhammers. And I want to remove them from the other location because we needed to be able to get more fiber in here. Yeah, yep. We'll have to do it from here. No and no. And then let's give those spots to some extra fiber and some extra cloth. Probably not going to be able to store enough fiber there. I'll have to do some more clicks of that. Okay, they are working on this. We did have enough fiber to play. I didn't even check that. Oof, that could have been a little ouchy. Of course we need one more. Of course we do. Okay, they're getting it. They're getting it. Maybe we shouldn't have put a whole field in. Maybe we should have done another side field, but we're gonna need it sooner or later. Once you start using these materials for maintenance or for a service, you just have like a minimum consumption that you've created. Wait, 2's here, fine. We're still at negative negative 45 people. We're down to 13, or up to 1375. The other thing we had talked about was alcohol. And I'm kind of torn. I don't really want to start farming more crops that we're not good at. So I think we'd like to import either fruit or grain to make the alcohol. And I think we'll have to make it. I don't think we can get away without making it. And another thing we were looking at was we were looking at inns. Tourism right here as a way that maybe we could make money. So we need 50 knowledge. And we're at 40 knowledge. So we could use another library. Is that true? All right, we have 3 of them. And each one is only going to get about 2 more, so 6 more. So if we did want to go that route, I need another library. We are almost max employed here. I can't do it though. I just can't. Not until we get this population fixed. I think we've just been burning this economy really hot for a long time. We're also not getting enough leather. Maybe we could do another hunter. Again, I just don't really like it. We're already producing more meat than we can use to make rations. We're up to 130 rations, which is nice. Okay, so what that tells me is we could employ more ration makers. But again, I'm already kind of maxed out on employment. Oh, okay, this is an additional 20 people who are being kept busy. I didn't think about that. That's also happening. That's fine. We definitely want that training done. As we saw with that previous combat, not being trained up versus some people who I'm going to assume had some training was very noticeable. None of you are being crazy, right? Okay. How are we looking at this warehouse? This is kind of the experiment warehouse. So I like that goods are sitting here. I would like it more if they were inside. You're also not storing something that needs to be stored. So we're going to lower fish click by 1. We need to add iron bars here. As soon as you build buildings that need it, you need a stockpile here where you can get the stuff that's needed to supply. All right, we're also not getting furniture. Furniture is here. How are 8 of you not able to do this still? Okay, your radius is the whole place. Let's bring that down. Let's bring that way down. Okay, I'm gonna let them walk over. Well, no, let's not. Let's fully check this. So they are basically confined to this area, with the purpose being they should be grabbing stuff from here. So I could make it even shorter if I wanted to. You're also gonna need pottery at some point, but this one specifically doesn't need it because we could just pick up the pottery from here. Yeah. Clay and pottery. Okay, our side roads look to be okay. I was worried that by putting all these torches, we were going to congest traffic too much. I guess right here I'm seeing a little bit, but it's not terrible. All right, again, let's hop in there. What else could we work on? Access or services are the ways to go. Some extra wells and hearts, that could be a thing. That's, again, just super easy. That doesn't really, whoops, cost me much. Have one over here. Yeah, a little one right there. Little one over there. Okay, I mean, it's available if they wanted it. This area, maybe? Maybe we could put another little set in here. What do I need in this area? I need a warehouse. Maybe. A maybe warehouse for gyms. And then gym collection. I think we could probably swing one right here. I'm just looking for low-hanging fruit to make people happy. Alright, so a nice big well. And a hearth. The cost of those is like nothing, so that's not a problem. Add us some extra road. Who are these dudes that are cutting through here? It's interesting to me. Oh, you're getting... Okay, you're picking up furniture. Okay, that's... Or wood, that's fine. Yeah, I do think in the future, 5 wide roads wherever we're going to have canal. Oh, it's a kid. Okay, I thought we had a dead body in the road. Slow children at play, be careful. They're not bright. Okay, those are going in just fine. Where else might we benefit from? That area's looking pretty good. I mean, maybe we could stick a little something here, but I kind of want that area. Again, same thing. Maybe we could benefit from some here. I think I'm gonna wait on that though. Yeah, we seem to just be treading water, and that's gonna be the case if I can't make them happier. And clothing, man. We're gonna have an explosion of happiness once we can actually have that clothing. Yeah, leather is also out, which is another one that's probably causing me some pain. Let's stop exporting cloth for a minute and rebuild our stockpile. I will keep trying to sell any clothes people have come in with. Maybe we do some more hunters. I don't know. The leather is tempting me greatly. I would want it to be somewhere in this area. Maybe right here we have a hunter. Kind of an interesting little spot that we could fill in. We're obviously not getting enough leather, is the short end of that. Let's consider this. So if we did this guy like that, we would need 1 pillar and some butchery tables. Oh man, you make this so awkward, don't you? Okay, so 1 there, 1 there. Oh my goodness, you are so awkward. Okay, take that guy out. The fact that they can't go up against that wall is just killing me. Alright, well, that's the same amount as our other place was able to fit, so I guess that's okay. That's 10. I have a feeling we're gonna really struggle to get this in. 62. $77. 80%. You're not gonna fit in that. There's got to be a way that I can fit things in better than that. Let's try that again. Butcher table. Yeah, I think that's already better. So we do this. That's 8. There's the same 16. Yeah, that's so much better use of floor plan. All right, and then 13 and 13. All right, we can do this. 82. We cannot do this. 87, 90. Yeah, that's literally the entire floor. Okay, then I guess I guess we take out one of those. So slightly less people working in here. There's 100%. All right, I think that's probably fine. I don't really want to change the exterior on it, so we'll need some doors. And by doors, I mean door. There you go. All right, we'll let that one happen. Getting in a little extra leather, I think will increase our happiness because we're going to be able to put that into homes. And we do have people who show up to do odd jobs, so we're not as bad as maybe it seems. Definitely treading water, though, on that population. Okay, that's looking all right. How are those benches doing? Okay, somebody's using one. Two. Okay, they're using them. Oh, this is a popular one. Okay, okay. I do not mind that one bit. I just wanted to make sure that somebody was going to use them before we went too crazy on it. And it looks like they're kind of popular. Okay, your moisture is fine. No, another thing we could do something like this where we have a torch in there too. That could be kind of cool. So you reach to there. Yeah, okay. I don't really want to put anything in that road. I like the idea of having the main open road. All right, we'll just let that continue on. All right, what else could we do? This is just, it's alcohol is the answer and clothes. So services. I don't think that really changed much of our well. Value needs to be at 100%. I guess we just need more wells out and about. All right, how about this little spot here? It's smaller than that, I think. We'll do well. We will not go. Hang on. Time out. We will not put that well in. No. Let's do the hearth first. The hearth has a minimum size that's a little different. So, hearth, health, well. There you go. Okay, that's another pretty decent one. That'll be really close to all of these people. I'm not seeing much use here. It'll be fine once we add some more housing here too. Well, a lot of things have not arrived here. We are trying to hire 2 people. We just don't have anybody at the moment. Moisture is at 99%, and we're not pumping that last little spot. Of course. One more water pumper. I don't think that's going to fix it, though. We're probably going to need to come down at least a little bit. Since I'm here and looking at it. We'll do that and see if that helps. I guess there's a more square one that you could make rather than these long fields. But I do also feel like if we get the tech that makes irrigation a little more effective, then we'll close in that middle area. And once we do that, we could take out some of these end caps, essentially, if they were that bad at the time. Okay, we're still also not really making enough stone. All right, I think that has been consistent enough. I'm gonna try to add 5 more, even though we're not fully employed. My leather armor and my warhammers also are not making it where they need to be, but again, I can't really force someone to work in that workshop or warehouse. At least I don't think I can. We have no money. Man, okay, I think we've actually hit the first hard cap here. We basically just need more people to be able to go, and I can't just invite more because we're inviting up to 1,500. So nobody wants to join us. Okay, hiring up in there. All right, let's go ahead and turn back on meat sales. I need to make some money so that we can get some herbs. We're almost out. Herbs are stupid expensive. Yeah, this area is looking nice at least. I'm really considering if I want to drop another library. We're 5 points away. It feels really dumb to have 45 technology points that we're just not using. And it's specifically knowledge. I don't like how that's combined, since these are actually two different things. I wish they were not on that UI. Okay, so we do have fancy markets unlocked. Okay, fancy markets. Let's go do some research here. Market. What do you need? Stone, some pottery, and some furniture to upgrade. Stone is going to be a problem at the moment. Okay, so we just need to wait for that to see itself through. We're up to 30. We'd like 5 more. Yeah, now we're in that balancing part where we need to just get all of our industries up and running and balanced. We have a little bit of fiber, but that's definitely not going to last the whole year. So hopefully this new one here. Moisture's at 89%. Why is this? We're less people were working at my pump. Okay, am I not? It's 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600 people. I'm definitely not employing 600 people here. I think we must take, yeah, we have open rooms too. I want to make sure that we weren't like not having enough potential workers, which we do. They're just choosing not to work at the pump. We may need to just get started on our next one. That might not be a bad one, because I don't need to full employ it. But we could go ahead and build it. So another water pump. And this one can be a full-sized one. Yeah, and you're good as long as you're blue. That. I don't need to have anyone work here until we actually need it. These two were not fully employed up. But we can go ahead and get that built. It's a bunch of furniture, which we have plenty of at the moment. Furniture's another one that we could sell. We had a little bit of a discussion in the comments about what to export. And I totally agree finished goods are where it's at. Yeah, we are trying to export some of our furniture. Sold 0. The Great Nation of Udrik. We put a minimum price of 41. Yeah, see, look, it used to be a lot higher. We need some more trade partners. That's something we're running into. And to get more trade partners, we need to basically either be really buddies with these guys, which I don't think is going to happen, or we need to conquer these guys, which I do think might happen. Basically, somebody mentioned that we need clothes or we'll have desertions. So again, it all comes back to getting that darn title. We just literally need that title to finish. And once that does, how are we doing? We're getting there. We've got about 300 here. Then hopefully we'll be able to march out there. It's not bad to have some time to train up before that has to happen though either, so that's totally fine. Yeah, take care of these little ones. Using up a little bit of fish, but not much. We got 3K fish. We got 2K veggies. Rations are growing. We did sell off some meat. Good to see. Yeah, we do get happiness for days of food stored. So it's not bad to have some of that stockpile up. Okay, I'm not seeing anything laying on the ground out here, so I'm going to assume that that didn't rot away and it actually got put in. I hope that's the case. $445. Moisture is 100. Got it. Beautiful. Okay, and I think we are going to continue this plan. So we'll have torches, and then we'll build some benches next to them. I like that. That just looks neat to me. But if I had known this was going to be the plan ahead of time, we could have planned this out a little bit better, but that's okay. There you guys go. And apparently we could put a torch right there. Yeah, just anywhere we can give them some extra light while they're going back and forth. There's quite a little busy street right here. I guess because it leads in... Yeah, this... Okay, good. I was gonna say, this definitely needs to be 3 wide, which it is, except for the fact that I put a bench in here. Tremors. Something deep within the ground stirs. A rhythmic thumping can be felt everywhere in the city. The intensity varies, and it's slowly shifting the earth. Luckily, it's nothing like an earthquake in strength, but cracks start showing in buildings as foundations shift. According to old lore, sacrifice of fresh food can appease whatever's causing the tremors. Slaves would work as well. Okay, we'll sacrifice some food. 700 fish. Your subjects made their way to the nearest deep rift where they faced with a challenge. Since no one actually knew what was down there, selecting the right ritual might prove difficult. After some deliberation, they chose to conduct every single one. After that, they rather unceremoniously threw the food down the rift. They never heard it hit the ground, but the tremors stopped soon after that. I'm glad it worked. Oh no, my pond. Yeah, but we need those pumpers to pump. Yeah, my population is basically just stuck at the moment. I think we just gotta give it time. I do see some leather come and go like instantly, so maybe that was a good idea to get that extra hunting. We have fully employed up. Still have not got those warhammers delivered though. I'm a little concerned about that. Okay, we're into fall. It means our veggies are coming. Okay, so I'm pretty sure our veggies made it all year, which makes me very happy. So at the current population level, we're not running out of veggies. So our next increase would be some more globulin. This is, look at them all. For the extra eggs, because we're not keeping any eggs. It's exceptionally rare I see any in here, even with us trying to import some. And I think globulins are going to go into here. Yeah. I'm just debating whether I want to connect to the buildings or not. Also, this is going to be another major employment thing, though. Okay, we did just hit 1,400, so things are getting a little bit better. You're not going to see the arrow here, because every time somebody wants to come, we're letting them in. Another accident. Oh, no, not a fishing accident. Oh, my. Oh, it's a pumping accident. Oh, they overpressurized it. We only have like one bed ready. Is that because we don't have the cloth? That is because we don't have the cloth. And that is because we don't have cloth being brought in. You cloth. Okay. Hopefully that will help. And do we even have any cloth? We do have cloth. Okay, great. Go pull it from there. Has 100 in there. Hopefully that will happen. We are slowly getting the leather arm removed. Very, very slowly. I like it when I see people using those benches. All right, let's take another peek. Services. Okay, lowest service that I'm offering and isn't stellar is stage. I don't think I have any places I want to add stages at the moment. Food stalls. Okay, the upgrades on the food stalls and or the market are pretty low-hanging fruit. Maybe lavatories too, although I don't think we have that tech. All right, let's look at the market one again. What was the problem? It was stone, wasn't it? Actually, let's not do it here. Let's do it over here first. Okay, so we still don't have enough stone. Everything else we would be okay at. So stone is still a problem. Okay, we're not fully employed, but I'm going to request even more. We did just solidly cross the 1,400 population mark, so we're on our way to 1,500. I can't believe that Nudist is this slow. I'm going to be honest with you. I thought that was going to be the easiest one possible. I thought it was going to be that one, and then 1,500, and then the industry one. And it has, at least so far, been completely the opposite. Yeah, okay. I mean, this is fine. We're a little, yeah, see, we're a little short on stone in some of the homes, so we're not meeting that demand. And until we make up for the demand that we have not been making up for, we're just gonna, every time we get stone, it's gonna be like instantly grabbed. I am seeing people, yeah, they're coming and getting it like right away. Which is fine, which is fine. Yeah, a little bit of stone in here, that's good. We're storing none of it here, and we're actually full on the cut stone. All right, let's add a person here. And I want you to take from that warehouse. Yeah. And move that up there. That'll lower the travel time for people getting cut stone, hopefully. Okay, yeah. As soon as stone makes it to that warehouse, it's instantly getting grabbed. All right, let's add one worker here. Drought. The gods have forsaken closed realm and the rains have stopped. If this keeps up, it'll devastate our crops. Everyone must pray. Okay, we'll do. Oh yeah, look at that. Down some. Okay, including here. Because we're not pumping enough. Because you idiots, all of you are fired. Get out. You got dum-dums. Go work the proper pumps. I really wish that I could have a default of 0 workers allowed in when I build a building. Or whatever default I wanted. Okay, we're still making no. So I guess this goes to show how important irrigation is, by the way. Because I'm basically not affected. Not affected by the drought. Because we're irrigating everything. A little bit here. We could easily fix that with a little bit of water right here. Yeah, let's actually do that. We're gonna want water in that direction anyways when we build the next piece of whatever this is. Oh, right, the insane people. Forgot about you. 41 sick people, too. Is cloth not making it here? Fabric is making it here. Okay, I will go ahead and tell them to let them grab. I think that's what's going on here. They're not grabbing from this properly. Let's give that a second and see what that does. Okay, please. There you go. I'm expecting people to run over here and grab things, and it's just not happening. I have 8 people employed here. How is this being such a problem? Okay, they finally went and did it. Okay, so I need to make sure I have that turned on if we want to do this style. These are warhammers. There's a problem. No warhammers. This is supposed to be tools. Okay, well that was definitely an issue. Please return my 80 warhammers to where they're supposed to be. Okay, and they did bring the cloth in. Okay, that's working a lot better. Okay, that means now you guys, no available services because you're not bringing in the fabric that we need. At least I assume that's it. I don't know, maybe it's we literally need both. We are out of opiate. Yeah, I don't know. That's really interesting. Like, it makes sense, right? That you need to be able to grow things like herbs and opiate, who are, I think every city's gonna probably need. We're just a race that's not good at it. I think I just need to bite the bullet, and I think we're gonna put in just a little one of each. Because I'm struggling. I'm really struggling to get those things in. Now, I'm assuming that's going to be research, though. We probably do not have that. We sure don't. Herbs and opiates. Herb domestication is 10 innovation. The opiates are 20. Opiates are what I would actually prefer. 20 innovation. That's over here. We'll make 25 for one of these. What does your upgrade take? Just some metal. Okay. Am I allowed to do that? We're also not getting enough clay, it's saying. I'm not allowed to do that. We're out of clay. I'm gonna double my clay workers. I should have taken care of that earlier. We knew that was going to be a problem. Yeah, once we get that up and coming, maybe we will actually have enough innovation. Oh, we're not fully employing this one either. Okay, I'm gonna double that. Okay, that one is fully employed. Yeah, okay, that's gonna be some decent amount. Okay, we're still not getting the stone in. My goodness. We are stone hungry, that's for sure. Okay, more. Another accident. Oh my gosh, they exploded. Oh, that was horrible. Are you alright? Death. Bleeding out. Death. Bleeding out. Death. Oh my goodness, what a horrible What a horrible accident in the furniture factory. Our city's turning into some sort of Dickensian nightmare. Gotta give those kids some jobs. But that is gonna be it for this one. A little bit slow here, and I have a feeling we're gonna be a little bit slow as we were just waiting in. So we end up today at 1414 population. So definitely growing. I don't exactly remember where we started, but about 50 to 100 more peeps. And yeah, I think that's gonna be kind of like that. We did add a lot of like little things of quality of life. We added some stockades, we did some warehouse upgrades, we added some wells and some hearths and some benches and some torches and some statues. So we're making progress. Why are you empty? Because you don't have your worker. Yeah, the worker thing is definitely an issue. We really need to get ourselves back to full. We need to fill in all the jobs. Maybe we need to start looking at some of these lesser. This is like 2 people though. Like, do these actually change anything? And they both make 8 wood. Like, that's not nothing. I see it's fallen. We're pulling that. Okay, I'm letting myself get distracted. We do need to go out there. So that's going to be the end of this one. As always, I really appreciate the hints, suggestions, thoughts, critiques, whatever it is. Learning a ton from people who obviously know more than I know. It's very, very helpful to me. Hopefully I'm putting it to use. If I've missed something, always feel free to be like, hey, I think you forgot about whatever this thing is. I take no offense to that. So learning together. Hopefully other people can learn alongside me and see what mistakes I'm making and what successes I'm having. Maybe have thoughts for their own planning. I'm really thinking hard about changing this up, like making a central warehouse that we can pull from all of our other warehouses. Maybe we remodel these 2 into that warehouse. We'll see. We'll see. Either way, thanks for your time. I'm very happy that you spent it here checking out Songs of Six. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to leave a like. That helps me an absolute ton. Tells YouTube that, hey, people like me would like this video, and then YouTube actually tries to show it to some new people, which is very helpful to me. If you're not subscribed, I hope I've earned your subscription. I'd love to have you back. And as always, if you'd like to support the channel, consider becoming a member here on YouTube. That gets you early access to things I'm working on, such as this series, or other things, just depending on the time that you're seeing this. You can always leave a super thanks here, join me live for a super chat. There's also a Patreon linked in the channel info if you just want to leave a tip. All right, builders, thanks for hanging out. This has been Songs of Six. I've been Babble, and you've been cool. I'll see you in the next one. Babble out.